everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Amy.
And I'm Sarah, and today we're going to be discussing The Magic of Light by Jordan Abitz.
The first few minutes we're going to do a brief review of this story without any spoilers. Then we are going to shift into a deeper book discussion that's going to include lots of spoilers, but don't worry. As always, we're going to let you know before we do shift over into that deeper book discussion.
That's right. So before we jump in, Amy, tell us a little bit about the story.
A young woman who spent her childhood bouncing from one foster home to the next now spends her adult life advocating for those in the same broken system. When a child in her care runs away on a country road, she has to rely on the help from a grumpy cowboy who owns the land. This introduction starts a journey of healing as she is forced to face the loss and trauma from her past in order to find healing in the present. Sarah, what did you think about The Magic of Light?
Well, while the topic that they kind of deal with in this story is hard to handle, I felt like the author did a really beautiful job kind of showing us the journey that you can go on and that the characters go on. So I loved it. It was moving. It was hard. It was hard to read because when you think about it in real life, but it was a good story.
Moving is the perfect word for that. It is dual timeline. It is dual POV, which I am a fan of both. We both are both fans of that. The male main character in this story is so patient and kind with the female main character, which, I mean, just past their initial meet cute, but because he is a grumpy cowboy that I mentioned. Yeah. He's very endearing, and I think that was needed for this storyline specifically.
I agree.
Let's get into our ratings. Angst.
This was just a 1.
1 for me as well. Yeah. Not very heavy. Humor.
0.
I did 0.25. I had just like 1 or 2 little chuckling moments.
I had to really think, and I couldn't think. It felt more...
subdued.
Yes, that's the good word. Yes.
Spiciness.
0.
I did 0.5. It's a slow burn. There is a little bit of intimacy towards the end, but not...
But it's not it's not, like, you don't get it. It's not on page.
Correct. This is mostly for tension and chemistry. It is off page, and it is a slow burn.
Yeah.
Tears.
I put 3 just because of the topic alone, because of everything the female main character goes through, not because I sobbed. I did not sob during the story, but the topic at hand is very hard.
It is a heavy topic. I did 1. I didn't cry. This is definitely a heavy topic. I probably could have gone higher for the topic alone. I'm going to stick with 1, but as you mentioned, it is a heavy topic.
If you're basing it off of whether or not it's going to like make you sob, 1 would be great. For me, it was just more of the
tone of the story.
The tone of the story, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
It does to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Overall,
this was a 4.25.
I gave it a 4.5. I really enjoyed having a front row seat to the healing journey of this female main character. I felt the author's portrayal of such a heavy topic was beautifully done.
I agree.
And the story stayed with me after I finished it.
Yeah.
Long time. That concludes the spoiler-free quick review of this story. Now we're going to shift into a deeper book discussion that's going to include lots of spoilers. If you would like to continue on with that deeper discussion with us, simply click the link below or open any podcast platform and simply search Post-Book Depression. We would love to connect with you on social media. You can find us on Instagram at Post-Book Depression Podcast, on Facebook in our Post-Book Depression discussion group, and you can also email us at postbookdepressionpodcast@gmail.com.